Hey friends, welcome back to Anx English. I'm Alice, and if you're here, it means you're ready to get inspired and improve your English in a way that's natural, emotional, and full of real-life stories.
And I'm Ema. Today, we're diving into a very interesting question. Why do so many ambitious people still struggle with laziness? We'll explore the hidden reasons behind this contradiction, and more importantly, how to overcome it.
Stay with us till the end, because we're going to break this down with real stories, powerful lessons, vocabulary highlights, and some quotes that might just change how you look at motivation forever.
So Alice, have you ever felt like you had big dreams, so many things you wanted to do, but somehow you just couldn't get yourself to do them?
All the time. I'd say to myself, this is the year I'll finally write that book, wake up early, get super fit. And then weeks go by and I'm still stuck in the same routine, scrolling social media in bed at 1 a.m.
Exactly. It's like having this fire inside you, but the match never gets lit.
It's weird, right? You feel ambitious, you want to achieve things, but your actions don't match. And that mismatch can be really painful, almost like self-betrayal.
Yes, and that's what today's story is all about. Let me tell you about someone I knew back in college. His name was Daniel. Daniel was brilliant. He had a clear vision. Become a tech entrepreneur. Launch a startup. Make something meaningful. He would talk about it passionately. People admired him for his ambition. But here's the thing he never started.
Never?
Never. He had notebooks full of ideas. He subscribed to every productivity newsletter. He watched motivational YouTube videos every night. But when it came time to sit down and actually start, he'd freeze or distract himself. Netflix, gaming, even cleaning his room became his escape.
That sounds so familiar it hurts. So what was stopping him?
It wasn't that he didn't care. It was fear. Fear of failure. Fear that the reality wouldn't match his dream. Deep down, Daniel believed if he never started, then he couldn't fail.
So he protected his ego by doing nothing.
Exactly. And the crazy thing? He thought he was lazy, but he wasn't. He was anxious, perfectionistic, and stuck in his own expectations.
Wow. I think a lot of people listening might see themselves in Daniel. So Ema, let me ask you this. Why is it that the more ambitious someone is, the more they seem to procrastinate?
That's the paradox, right? And it's not because they lack motivation, it's because their vision is too big, too perfect, too idealized. They dream of the end result, but that dream is so huge it becomes intimidating.
Yeah, like they imagine writing a best-selling novel, but they're terrified of opening a blank Word document.
Exactly. When the goal is so far away and you're not sure how to get there, it creates mental paralysis. And instead of taking action, your brain goes, let's just avoid this. Let's stay safe.
That reminds me of a girl I coached last year. Her name's Mia. She wanted to launch a podcast to help young people deal with anxiety. She was passionate, had tons of ideas, but never recorded even one episode.
What held her back?
She kept saying, what if my voice sounds weird? What if no one listens? What if people think I'm stupid? So she would spend weeks watching tutorials on editing, researching microphones, but never hit record.
That fear of judgment, it's like invisible chains.
Totally. And the sad part is, she started labeling herself as lazy. She'd say, I'm just not disciplined enough. But that wasn't the truth. She was scared of putting herself out there and being vulnerable.
Which leads us to another big reason behind this kind of laziness. People think perfectionism is about having high standards. But really, it's about fear of being seen as not good enough.
Yes, I've been there too. I used to want every little thing to be just right before I could even begin. I'd rewrite the same paragraph 10 times before moving on to the next.
And when something wasn't perfect, you'd feel like a failure, right?
Exactly. I once started writing a course for English learners, and halfway through I gave up because I thought, what if this isn't helpful? What if I get bad reviews?
So instead of failing publicly, you quit privately.
Yep, and that's the trap. We protect ourselves from failure by avoiding the work.
But here's what I learned. Action brings clarity. You don't need to know the entire path. You just need to take the first step even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect.
So Ema, when did things start to change for you? When did you stop letting fear win?
It wasn't one big moment. It was a series of small, almost invisible ones. I remember one evening I was sitting at my desk, paralyzed by the thought of launching my online course. I had the whole outline, the camera, the script, but my hands couldn't press record. Then I thought, what if I just film 1 minute today?
Wow, just 1 minute?
Yeah, and that 1 minute turned into 3, then 5. I didn't aim to be perfect, I just aimed to show up.
That's powerful. You broke the mountain into pebbles.
Exactly. And I learned a huge lesson that night. Discipline isn't about doing everything. It's about doing something even when it's small.
You know, I had a similar breakthrough when I started writing my first book. I stopped telling myself, I have to write 5 perfect chapters today, and instead said, just write 200 words, even if they suck.
And the funny thing is, once you start, the fear fades. Action silences the doubt.
Totally. And here's another trick that helped me. I created a low-stakes zone, a space where failure was allowed. I told myself, this draft is just for me. No one will see it. And that gave me permission to move.
Let's take J.K. Rowling, for example. She was rejected by 12 publishers. She wrote Harry Potter while dealing with depression, a newborn baby, and no money.
She wasn't lazy. She was scared, but she still wrote. She didn't need motivation. She had a mission.
That's what we need. Replace motivation with momentum. Replace perfect plans with consistent steps.
Ema, there are times when I feel like I'm not doing anything. It's not that I don't have dreams, but it feels like my dreams are actually making me scared.
I totally understand, and I think it's something a lot of people experience. We think we're lazy, but what's really happening is that we're paralyzed by the huge expectations we've set for ourselves.
Yeah, it's like everything has to be perfect before we can even begin.
Exactly. But here's something I've learned. Perfection kills action. It makes us sit there, overanalyzing, calculating, and in the end, we do nothing.
How can I achieve massive success? Sometimes we just need to ask, Solé, what's the smallest step I can take today?
Yes. Create an easy entry point for yourself, like opening a small door for the light to come in. It doesn't need to be the whole sky. Just a little crack is enough.
I think I'm going to start over. No need to do something perfect. Just start. Whether it's studying for 10 minutes or writing a few sentences. Like you once said, discipline isn't about doing everything. It's about doing something consistently.
Exactly. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to run far. It's about committing to taking small, steady steps. Instead of trying to succeed brilliantly, try to keep moving forward. That's where the magic happens.
If you're listening to this right now and you've ever felt lazy like we just talked about, I hope you realize something today. Maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you're just scared. And that is completely normal.
That's right. You don't need to be strong right away. You just need to accept that it's okay to start. A small action can lead you to something much bigger.
If today's conversation touched something in your heart, then let us know by hitting the like button, sharing, and subscribing to Anx English.
And leave a comment. What have you been procrastinating because of fear? We'll read it and walk with you on your journey to overcome it.
Thank you for listening and trusting us. This is Anx English, where you not only learn English, but also learn how to live a more meaningful life.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.